you do believe that aliens do exist?
Yeah, that's a check. These people claim that they've been kidnapped by aliens and they've been in the flying saucers. Steal an alien chip, pencil, paperweight. There's no law against stealing from an extraterrestrial civilization. That'll end the debate right then and there. Time travel. We realize that if you have a wormhole, there is a theory that you can go backwards in time. The Big Bang is what happens when universes collide. We live in an ocean of parallel universes. The next question you're going to ask is Elvis Presley still alive in a parallel universe? Probably yes. Belting out hit after hit according to the quantum theory.
You think we're going to get to a point where with advanced medicine and technology, we can live forever?
I think that our grandkids will hit the age of 30 and stop the buildup of genetic and cellular mistakes. That's what aging is. With gene therapy, perhaps we can reverse that aging process. What separates us from the animals? Teach your dog the meaning of tomorrow. It's impossible. Animals live in the present. Their prefrontal cortex is not fully developed. They don't imagine the future. And that's what separates humans from animals.
You can see the disorientation resulting when an animal is suddenly placed in a weightless state. Cats, when dropped under normal conditions, will invariably rotate their bodies longitudinally in midair and land on their feet. This automatic reflex action is almost completely lost under weightlessness.
And we're back with theoretical physicist Dr. Michio KaKu. He's written a fascinating new book, The God Equation, The Quest for a Theory of Everything. Before I ask you whether you have solved the God equation, let me ask you about some things that those of us who are interested in where we came from hear about, but we may not know about. One of them is wormholes. What is a wormhole, and what does that have to do with where we are in the universe?
Yeah, we don't have direct evidence of an encounter with an alien civilization. However, we have discovered 4,000 planets in our own galaxy that have planets going around them. And on average, every single star in the galaxy has a planet going around it. So to think that we are alone in the universe, I think, is presumptuous. And then the next question asked by physicists is, how come they don't visit us? How come they don't land on the White House lawn?
Right.
And this is important for me because, you see, my parents were Buddhists, where there is no Big Bang, there's nirvana, basically, timelessness. But they put me in a Presbyterian Sunday school. The Bible, of course, talks about Genesis, an instant when the universe was created. So either the universe had a beginning or it didn't. No two ways around it, right? Wrong. But I get a lot of emails. And in my emails, they say, Professor, you're wrong. The aliens are not there. The aliens are here. And we physicists for 2,000 years have been painfully trying to put these pieces back together again. So we want to know, what was the crack that set off this explosion which gave us the universe today? A fish in a shallow pond think that their water universe is two-dimensional. They can swim forward, backward, left, right. But anyone who talks about up in a higher dimension is considered a fish crackpot. But it could collide with other bubbles, giving you parallel universes, that we can coexist with other universes, and big bangs are happening all the time. Maybe an advanced civilization in outer space has already harnessed this energy. Maybe that's how they go faster than the speed of light. But it's not for us. You were a fan of comic books. If you're a fan of the Avengers series, you know that the Avengers, the last movie, is entirely set in the multiverse. In fact, that's where they got the idea. They got the idea from theoretical physics. Well, today, we physicists think that we are the fish. Well, if you're walking in a country road and you bump into a squirrel, do you go down to the squirrel and talk to it? Well, at first, yes. But after a while, you get bored because the squirrel doesn't talk back to you when he drew the famous picture of Jesus Christ. hypercubicus crucifixion. Is Jesus Christ crucified? Our brain evolved to avoid three-dimensional tigers and three-dimensional lions. Puts her hand through the looking glass. Her hand goes from Oxford to Wonderland. Remember, there's no law that makes it illegal to steal from an alien extraterrestrial civilization. No law against that whatsoever. Isaac Newton lived in a world of witchcraft, sorcery, and yet he came up with the laws of motion. And his contribution is he unified heaven and earth. You see, in those days, they thought that heavenly physics was pure, pristine, perfect. On the earth was mortal sin and debauchery. Newton showed that there's only one theory. Why do we exist at all? That's the name of the game. That's what the theory of everything, the God equation, will tell us. Why we are here.
Dr. Michio KaKu, his book, once again, The God Equation, The Quest for a Theory of Everything.
Empty promises of the world had forsaken me. It left me in a wilderness. It was Jesus who rescued me. He called my name. I would never be the same. Just one touch from the King of Kings changed everything.
What do you think happens when we die?
Well, the short answer is I don't know.
If aliens came and they had only that much more intelligence than us, the gap that is between us and chimps, and we have DNA in common, if they were only that, they could enslave the entire Earth. And
everything you have seen is an illusion. It's a trick.
That's insane.